Be me. Gideon, 27, 2 years with Vera. Tuesday, she sits me down on my own couch. I think we're better as friends. Yeah. And I mean it, which is the weird part. We split the streaming passwords like adults. She takes the plant. Fine. It was her plant. Then she leaves and the apartment gets very quiet. 6 hours later, my phone buzzes. Naomi. Quick thing about Naomi, she's Vera's best friend. Since college, years before I was around. She's the one who plans every group thing. Birthdays, camping. That one karaoke night we agreed never to discuss. In 2 years, she texted me maybe 9 times. All logistics. Bring ice. Tonight she sends a meme, no context. A raccoon in a trash can, captioned Monday. I stare at it. Okay, I send back, LOL. Nothing else comes. I go to bed assuming Vera told her, and this was a pity raccoon. Next morning, 7:40 a.m., Naomi sends me an article about why sourdough starters die. Thought of you. I mentioned my sourdough dying one time, in April, at a barbecue, to Vera. Naomi was 3 chairs away, pretending to be on her phone. At lunch, another text. How's your week actually? At 10 that night, another text arrives. You didn't answer the question, Gideon. 3 texts in 1 day. That's basically her entire 2-year total, in 1 day. My brain does the math and then refuses to accept the math. Friday, she invites me to board game night. She's hosted it like 12 times. Every one of those times, Vera invited me. This time, Naomi texts me directly. You're coming. Bring nothing. I have snacks. I go, mostly to prove nothing weird is happening. Vera isn't there, out of town for work. So it's me, Rosa, Nolan, Jamal, and Naomi. Naomi has a chair by the window. She sits in it every single time. It's her chair. Tonight, she drags a different chair next to mine, close enough that our knees touch. Nolan notices. Nolan says nothing. Nolan's eyebrows say plenty. We play the train game where everyone gets quietly furious. I make a dumb joke about Nolan's terrible route. Naomi laughs with her whole body and puts her hand on my forearm, then leaves it there. Brain stops. She starts a story about her coworker and taps my arm at every punchline, like I'm the person she's telling it to, and everyone else is just in the room. Rosa looks over. You two are chatty tonight. Naomi's hand does not move. He's funny. You people never let him talk. Then Nolan jokes, we should get Gideon back on the apps. Naomi's hand tightens on my arm just enough that I notice. He's been single 3 days, she says. Let the man breathe. Joke voice, mostly. I lose the game by a humiliating margin. Do not care. Around 11, everyone starts leaving. Naomi walks me out. Her building has an elevator. She takes the stairs with me instead. We get to my car. Normal goodbye window opens. She leans against the driver's door and closes it. 15 minutes in a parking garage. She asks what I'm doing this weekend. Then what I actually like doing, not the version I say in the group. Then if I'm okay, and she waits for a real answer instead of moving on. I think so. It was a good breakup, if that exists. It exists. She's my best friend, and I love her, and you two were bad at each other. That's the most honest sentence anyone has said to me all week. She's standing close enough that I notice she smells like cedar and citrus. I have known this woman for 2 years and never once noticed how she smells. Text me when you get home. It's an 8-minute drive. Text me when you get home. I drive the 8 minutes. I text her. She replies in 4 seconds, which means she was holding the phone, waiting. Somewhere on my own stairs, the thought finally lands. Either my ex's best friend feels sorry for me, or something else is going on. And I genuinely don't know which one I'm hoping for. Sunday, I make a mistake. I text Naomi that Vera took the shelf we used for both our books. Her books went with her. Mine are now in a stack on the floor. Naomi replies in 1 minute. We're going shelf shopping. I'm driving. 10:30. You don't have to? Gideon, 10:30. She picks me up at 10:25. 3 hours. 3 hours at furniture stores. The big warehouse one, then a place that sells reclaimed wood at insane prices. She judges every shelf like it insulted her family. This one's for a guy who owns 4 books and one is a candle. That's a rude thing to say about a shelf. It's a rude shelf. Then she starts guessing what I'd actually pick before I say it, and she's right 3 times in a row. You like the ugly sturdy stuff. You always order the boring thing on the menu, and then it's the best thing at the table. She's been watching me order food for 2 years. I did not know that. We eat bad food court noodles. She steals my chair while I get napkins and refuses to give it back. I buy the ugly, sturdy shelf. She pays for the noodles and won't let me argue. In the parking lot, she says, "That was the most fun I've had on a Sunday in a year." Over shelves, over shelves. 2 days later, Rosa texts me. Rosa is the one in the group who notices everything and then tells you she noticed. Is Naomi okay? Why? She's being weird. She skipped climbing to go look at furniture. She never skips climbing. Maybe she likes furniture. She does not like furniture. So it's not just me. Other people can see it. Which is either a relief or the beginning of a disaster. Thursday, Naomi texts me at 6. I have to drop something at your place. Drop what? A thing. She arrives with brackets for the shelf I already assembled. Wrong size brackets. For a shelf that doesn't use brackets. I hold one up. This shelf doesn't need these. Naomi walks past me into my apartment. Weird. She sits on my floor with her back against the ugly, sturdy shelf. We talk. I keep waiting for the part where she leaves. It's 9, it's 11. She's telling me about her dad and the thing he said at her graduation. I'm telling her about the job I almost took in Denver. Somewhere in there, she says the sentence. You know you're the funniest person in that whole group. Nolan does voices. Nolan does bits. You say one dry thing and I think about it for 3 days. Then she looks at me. Vera never laughed at you right. She'd laugh a beat late, like she was being polite about it. Room gets very quiet. That is not a supportive friend observation. That's something you'd only know if you'd been watching for a long time. How long have you been keeping score on my jokes? Naomi doesn't blink. A while. She lets that sit there for about 4 seconds, then asks if I have tea. I do not have tea. She stays anyway. It's 2 in the morning when she finally stands up. 5 hours. I walk her down to her car. She hugs me. Normal hug for 1 second. Then she doesn't let go. Her chin is on my shoulder. Her arms are still around me. She's just standing there in a parking spot. Long enough that I have to decide whether to hold on too. I hold on. Into my shoulder, she says, I'm really glad we're doing this. Doing what? This. Spending time. Don't make me say it in a parking lot, Gideon. She gets in her car and drives away. I stand there like an idiot. So now I have 2 facts. She's been watching me for a while, and there is apparently a thing she does not want to say yet, which means she's planning to say it eventually. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. My phone goes off while I'm making eggs. Naomi texts, "What are you doing today?" It's 8 in the morning, and you text me more than my mother. Then I add, "You're clingy, say it." 3 dots, then a laughing emoji, then a heart. Not a heart reaction on my message, an actual heart, sent on purpose. She does not take the joke back. She does not deny it either. Answer the question. I answer the question. By that week, she's texting me all day. Articles, dumb photos. What's your take on this? At 2 a.m. one night, another raccoon meme arrives. I have become a raccoon person, and I don't know when that happened. Group brunch a couple days later. Everyone's there. Rosa, Nolan, Jamal, Vera, Naomi. First time I've been in a room with Vera since the breakup. It's fine, genuinely fine. She asks about my sister. I ask about her job. Adults. Then the food comes. Naomi asks the table, out of nowhere, "Gideon, did the guy above you ever stop with the drill?" The table looks at me. Because nobody at this table knows about the guy above me. I told exactly one person, by text, 4 days ago. No. He's building something illegal up there. I said get a broom and hit the ceiling. I'm not going to assault my ceiling. You're going to lose to a drill. Vera's fork stops. When did you 2 start texting? Small question. Not an angry question. Just genuinely confused, like when your dog answers the phone. Naomi doesn't blink. We've always texted. We have not always texted. We had 9 texts in 2 years, and 6 were about ice. Vera just goes, huh, and moves on. Rosa does not move on. Rosa looks at me across the table and smirks. Full smirk, eyebrows up, absolutely enjoying herself. She does not say a word, which is worse. Monday, I crack and talk to Nolan. Nolan is the safest one. Nolan forgets things. I need you to tell me if I'm insane. Is Naomi being nice to me, or is Naomi into me? Nolan puts down his sandwich. Are you serious right now? I might be reading it wrong. She moved her chair, man. He points at me with the sandwich. She has sat in that same chair since 2019. She's into you. Jamal thinks so. Rosa's had money on it. Rosa has money on it? Rosa has money on everything. So, it's not a theory anymore. It's the group's active topic, and I'm the last one to hear about it. Big win, technically. Also a problem because of who her best friend is. Wednesday night, Rosa calls me. Rosa never calls. Rosa texts in paragraphs. I'm going to ask you one thing, and I want a real answer. Is something happening with you and Naomi? And I sit there. Because the honest answer is, I don't know. And there's no good way to say that out loud. Nothing's happened. That's not what I asked. I know. Long pause. Then Rosa gets quieter. Okay, then listen. I like you both. I'm not telling you not to. Another pause. But Vera didn't know you two even text. So if this becomes a thing, and she finds out sideways, it's going to hurt her way more than the breakup did. We broke up. I mean, we did. It was mutual. Vera's fine about you. She won't be fine about Naomi. That's her best friend since freshman year. Then she gives me the actual point. Just don't let her be the last to know. That's all. She hangs up. And now the thing has a cost attached to it. Not a rule, not a ban, a cost. I sit on my couch doing nothing for about 20 minutes. Then my buzzer goes. It's 11 at night. Naomi is downstairs. She did not text first. I buzz her up. She's got no excuse this time. No brackets, no bag, nothing. Hi. Hi. She walks into my kitchen and stops, just stands there by the counter. Do you want water or... Rosa called you. Yeah. She called me first. Oh. She asked what I'm doing. What'd you say? I said I'd tell her when I knew. Then Naomi puts both hands on the counter, looks at the counter, not me. I'm tired of pretending I came here about a shelf. And she kisses me, in my kitchen, next to the sink, with the lights still on, brain fully offline. She pulls back about 2 inches. I've wanted to do that for 2 years. 2? 2, since that thing at Jamal's. You did the bit about the parking sign. I don't remember a parking sign. I do. I went home and thought about it. That was bad. She finally looks at me. You were with my best friend, so I put it in a box, and I sat on the box. For 2 years, Gideon. Then she adds, she dumped you, and I lasted 6 hours. The raccoon. The raccoon was me losing. I kiss her back. Turns out that's a whole answer with no words in it. We end up on my couch, her hands in my hair, my hand on her back. She kisses like she's been rehearsing. At some point, I stop and put my forehead against hers. I have to say the bad thing. Say it? Rosa said Vera won't be fine about you. You're her best friend since freshman year. I'm just the guy she stopped dating. Naomi doesn't argue. She doesn't do the movie thing where she says it'll be fine. I know. I've known that the whole time. Then she adds, I love her. It might cost me her. And I'm still sitting on your couch. She says it plain, like reading a receipt. Somehow that lands harder than anything romantic. So what do? I don't want to tell her while it's nothing. If I blow up my oldest friendship, I'm doing it for something real. She takes my hand. Give me a few weeks to know. Quiet for a few weeks? Quiet, not sneaky. If it's real, she hears it from us. Deal. We shake on it like idiots, then immediately make out again. She leaves at 3. 20 minutes later, she sends me a photo. Naomi in bed, hair a disaster, grinning at the ceiling. Good night. Then another message arrives. This is going to be very hard to be quiet about. The next week, the texting stops being texting. It's a live feed. From a work meeting, she texts, Guy is saying synergy. Guy has said synergy 4 times. At lunch, I text back, count is now 7. I'm going to walk into the sea. She calls me on her drive home every day. Not for anything, just to talk until she parks. Then she starts sending less funny things. Thursday, from the climbing gym, I get a photo of her halfway up a wall, chalk on her arms, looking back at the camera. Got the hard one today. You look strong. Long pause. Then she texts, come find out. I actually say okay out loud to my empty kitchen. Then I text, is that an invitation or a challenge? Friday, my place. I'm cooking. You cook? Badly and with confidence. Then she adds, bring nothing. Wear something you don't mind me ruining. That's a threatening sentence. It's supposed to be. So now there's a date on the calendar, not a shelf, not a group thing. Her apartment, her food, her rules, and a 2-year-old box she's officially stopped sitting on. Friday, her apartment. First time I've ever been inside it alone, climbing shoes by the door, plants that are somehow alive. She's cooking, and she was right about the confidence. It's chicken. What kind of chicken? The kind where I didn't read all the way down. It's actually fine. The salad is a war crime. She hands me a glass and stands too close on purpose. We eat at the counter because her table has laundry on it. Between the food and dessert, she leans over and kisses me. Mid-sentence. Mine, not hers. I was talking. I know, you do this thing with your mouth when you're building to a joke. She kisses me again. I've been watching you build to jokes for 2 years, Gideon. I get to interrupt now. She brings out dessert. Grocery store cake with a candle in it for no reason. What's the candle for? First dinner, shut up. She makes me blow it out. I do it. I feel insane. I like it. Then she takes my hand and doesn't say anything clever. Stay. Yeah. So I stay. Morning. I wake up to noise and coffee smell. She's in the kitchen in my shirt like it's a costume she's earned, makes eggs, burns half, serves them anyway with total pride. Then, while I'm eating, she just sits down in my lap, sideways, arm around my neck, stealing off my plate. Keep eating, I'm not moving. This is hard to do one-handed. You'll adapt. She goes quiet for a second, then she says it into the side of my head. I could get used to this. Not a joke voice. Very much not a joke voice. Used to what? The eggs? The eggs are terrible and you know it. Then, quieter, she says, I mean, Saturdays. This one specifically. She says it and immediately steals more of my food, so I don't have to answer, which I think is on purpose. Woman is a project manager. She schedules feelings. I text her from my own car 20 minutes later. She replies before I'm out of her parking lot. Next Tuesday, group movie night at Rosa's. And now, we have to pretend. Turns out we are terrible at pretending. We sit on the same couch with a full cushion between us. Like 2 people at a bus stop. Nolan sits in the gap. I have never been so annoyed at Nolan. Naomi laughs 1 second early at something I say under my breath. Nobody else heard it. Rosa hears her laugh. Rosa's head turns like a security camera. Later, I go to the kitchen for a drink. Naomi follows 40 seconds later. We stand there not touching, whispering about nothing. This is the stupidest I've ever felt. You're the one who made the rules. I regret the rules. Rosa walks in. You both need drinks at the same time? Thirsty house. She takes ice and leaves. She does not believe a single thing about us. Back on the couch, credits rolling, Jamal asks completely innocently, Hey, you dating yet? My coworker's single. She's cool. Room shifts a little. Vera's here. Vera looks up, mildly curious, not upset. And Naomi goes completely still. Whole body, like someone hit pause on her. She's holding a beer and stops moving it. 2 seconds of that. Nah, not ready for that yet. Fair enough. Conversation moves on. Naomi exhales. Then her hand comes down into the couch gap between us. Behind the cushion, out of sight. She finds my hand and squeezes it hard. Not sweet, not gentle. Like she's making sure it's still hers. Doesn't let go for a solid minute. Nobody sees. I see everything. Because a woman who's genuinely just having fun does not freeze at the word single. Later, walking out to the cars, everyone else ahead of us, Naomi says quietly, If Jamal brings up his coworker again, I'm going to key his car. That's felony jealous. Correct. You know, I said no. I know. Then she looks at me. I didn't like that there was a question. She gets in her car, and I stand there realizing the quiet for a few weeks deal has a problem. She wants me off the market, but officially, I'm still on it. 2 days later, Naomi calls me from her couch. She's rattled. Vera called me, Vera being her best friend of like 9 years. She asked why we haven't hung out in 3 weeks. What did you say? I said work is crazy. Is work crazy? Work is completely normal, Gideon. Then she does the voice she used. It's bad. It's really bad. And then I said it twice, which is what liars do. Then she went quiet and said, Okay, something's off with you. Naomi groans. And I said, Nothing's off, in a voice I have never used before. So she knows. She doesn't know. She knows there's a thing. Then Naomi says the part that actually gets me. I've never had to think about what to say to her before. 9 years. I've never edited a single sentence for that woman. She's not scared of getting caught. She's sad about the editing. We could just tell her. Not yet. 2 more weeks. You keep buying weeks. I'm aware of my behavior. Wednesday, she's at my place again, back against the ugly shelf, laptop open, doing work email. I'm on the couch with my phone in my hand, and I say the dumbest smart thing I've ever said. I might download one of the dating apps. Typing stops. Why? Because officially, I'm a single guy who's not dating anyone. Jamal's got a coworker. Rose is going to start volunteering people. My mom asked, if I'm not dating anyone, I should probably look like a guy who's trying. That's cover. That's cover. You'd be on there as cover? Yeah. Absolutely not. She closes the laptop. Actually, closes it. Work email mid-sentence. She gets up and sits on the coffee table right in front of me, knees touching my knees, very close, not touching me otherwise. I'm going to ask you for something, and it's not fair. Okay, don't do it. Not for cover, not for a week, not as a joke. Give me more time first. You know that's a weird ask, right? You want me not dating and I'm not allowed to say why. Yes. She doesn't blink. I said it wasn't fair. I didn't say I'd take it back. Bold. Then tell me what we are. I don't know. That's not an answer. It's the true one. She grabs my hands. Here's what I do know. I'm not sharing you. Okay? I sat on this for 2 years and watched you be somebody else's. I'm not doing a version of that again. So no apps, no coworkers, no nothing. And you? Immediate answer. I haven't wanted anyone since that party at Jamal's 2 years ago. So relax. Then she kisses me. Not a soft one. Somewhere in there, I agree to the unfair thing. Not because she pushed, because I didn't want the apps either. I just wanted to hear her say it. Later, lying there, she's on her phone. I deleted mine last month. I turned my head. You had one? For 11 days. I hated every man on it. How many were named Chad? 4, and 1 was lying. 3 days later, Saturday afternoon. Naomi calls me, and her voice is completely flat. Vera knows. Turns out Vera came by Naomi's place to drop off a jacket, and my sunglasses were on Naomi's kitchen counter, the ugly orange ones. Vera bought me those. She recognized her own gift on her best friend's counter. What did she say? She asked. I told her the truth, all of it. Pause. Including the 2 years. Oh no. She said, so you were sitting at my table wanting him. And I said yes. Naomi. I wasn't going to lie about the timeline. She'd have found out and it'd be worse. Was she yelling? Vera doesn't yell. Vera gets quiet and asks precise questions. Naomi exhales. She asked if I ever wanted you two to break up. What did you say? I said no, that's true. I don't think she believed me. Long pause on the line. Then Naomi says, I told her I'm not going to apologize for how I feel. I said I'm sorry it's awkward and I'm sorry she found out from sunglasses, but not for feeling it. How'd she take that? She got her jacket and left. Naomi gets quieter. She's never left my apartment without saying bye, not once. And Naomi, who plans everything, doesn't have a plan. The group's going to hear tonight. Another pause. So, that's happening. Next night, group video call. Rosa sets it up and names the call. We're going to talk about this like adults. 5 little boxes on my CI screen. Vera is not on it. Vera said no. Thanks. Rosa runs it like a meeting because Rosa loves this. Okay, Naomi, go. Naomi doesn't hedge. I'm seeing Gideon. It started after they broke up. I wanted to before that, and I never acted on it. Vera knows everything. She's mad. That's fair. Nolan goes, called it. Nolan? Sorry, Jamal says very slowly. So, the coworker thing. Yeah, sorry about that. You let me pitch a woman at you. You were very enthusiastic. I was. Then it gets real for a bit. Rosa gives us her only rule. Nobody makes anybody pick a side. You two don't get to be cute at Vera, not for a while. Agreed, Naomi says. And Vera doesn't get to make us drop you. Nobody says it's fine. Nobody says stop either, which is honestly the best outcome available. The call ends after 40 minutes. Naomi texts me 9 seconds later. That went better than the version in my head where Rosa threw a chair. Rosa doesn't own chairs, she owns opinions. Correct. 2 days later, I text Vera myself. Because it's mine to do. Naomi shouldn't carry it alone. Can I buy you a coffee? You can say no. She says yes. We meet Wednesday. She looks tired and completely composed. I'm not mad at you. You can be. I've thought about it. I'm not. Vera looks down at her coffee. We were done way before we said we were done. I checked out around Christmas, Gideon. That's about 4 months before the breakup. I didn't know that. You did, sort of. Neither of us said it. Then she goes quiet for a second. It's her that gets me. There it is. Not that she likes you, that she sat at my table and said nothing for 2 years. She said nothing because of you. I know. Vera looks tired again. That's why I'll probably get over it. It's just going to take longer than everyone wants. Then she asks me for one thing. Don't manage me. I wait. Don't hide. Don't tiptoe. Don't have Rosa deliver news. If you two are together, be together and tell me straight. Deal. She finishes her coffee and stands up. She's a good one, for the record. Then, before I can say anything, Vera adds, I'm allowed to say that and still be annoyed. She leaves. I sit there for a minute. Then I drive straight to Naomi's. I don't sit down. I talk to Vera. Naomi goes pale. And she asked us not to hide. I take a breath. So I'm not going to. Another breath. I want to actually do this. You and me, officially, not a few more weeks, not undefined, real. She does not answer with words. She crosses the room and kisses me hard enough to move me back a step. I've been ready since the raccoon. Since the meme. Since 6 hours after she dumped you, yes. She points at me. I have been waiting for you to catch up for over a month, Gideon. You counted. Of course I counted. Saturday, she takes me on an actual date. Not group, not her apartment, out in public. Little coffee and sandwich place across town. She holds my hand on the sidewalk the whole way. Not shy about it. Swinging it a little, like showing off. Inside, the barista knows her by name. The usual, and for him, Naomi doesn't even look at the menu. He wants the boring one. Trust me. I want the boring one. The barista looks at me. Who's this? And Naomi says, with zero pause, this is Gideon. He's my person. My person. Out loud. To a stranger. In line. The barista grins. Finally. You talk about a guy for like a month. Naomi points at the register. Nope. We're not doing that. A whole month. Take my money. We sit by the window. A month, huh? I will pay that woman to forget her own name. What were you saying about me? Nice things. Occasionally frustrated things. She takes a bite of my sandwich. Mostly that you're slow and I'm patient, which is a lie. I'm not patient. Under the table, her foot is on top of mine, officially together, publicly claimed, and Vera knows straight from us. Which means the only people left who don't know are basically everyone outside our friend group. The next week, Naomi drags me to her work party. Rented back room, bad wine, name tags nobody wears. She's the one who plans projects at a tech company, so half the room owes her a favor. She walks in with my hand in hers and does not let go once. The first guy we meet says, "Oh, you're Gideon. You're Gideon." The second person says, "The shelf guy? The what?" One of her coworkers laughs. She told the whole team about the shelf trip. Then her boss comes over. "So you're the reason she takes lunch at her desk now." Naomi closes her eyes. Her boss keeps going. "She used to eat with us. Now she eats alone and smiles at her phone." "Okay, that's enough from you." "It's cute. It's a little concerning." I do some math. The shelf trip was over a month before this party. She's been telling these people about me since a Sunday at a furniture warehouse. Before the kiss. Before anything. In the car afterward, I ask her about it. "You told your coworkers about me in week 1? "I told my coworkers about you in year 1. Brain stops. "There was a Chelsea in accounting who heard about you for 2 years. She called you the unavailable one. You had a nickname for me at work? She had a nickname for you. I had a problem." She says it flat and keeps driving. Man. A few days later, I cook at my place. Nothing fancy. Pasta. I actually can cook, unlike some people. Naomi shows up with a duffel bag. Doesn't mention the duffel bag. Puts a toothbrush in my bathroom cup like she's lived here for years. Are you moving in? Without looking up, Naomi says, eventually, maybe. That's not a no. It's not a no. Then she puts her own shampoo in my shower. Just puts it there. Your soap smells like a hotel. It is hotel soap. Correct. And you're a grown man. She leaves the shampoo when she goes. It's still there a week later. So is the toothbrush. So is she, basically. 4 nights out of 7. Group thing at Nolan's a few days after that. First one since the whole group learned about us. Vera comes, that's her choice, and it takes guts. We keep Rosa's rule. No being cute at Vera. Then Naomi forgets the rule in about 9 minutes. Chairs run out. She sits in my lap, not carefully, like it's her chair now. Room goes a little quiet. Rosa breaks it. Finally. Then she adds, do you know how long I've been sitting on this? Nolan looks at her. 3 weeks. You told everyone. I've been sitting on it emotionally. People laugh. Vera laughs too. Small laugh. Little bit late. Still a laugh. She looks at Naomi for a second and gives this tiny nod. Not friendship restored. More like a ceasefire. Naomi's hand goes tight on my shoulder. She doesn't say anything about it until we're leaving. In the car, Naomi says, she laughed. She laughed. That's the first thing she's given me in 3 weeks. Then Naomi cries a little, once, for about 4 seconds. Then she's completely fine and mad about a driver in front of us. Project manager, schedules feelings, told you. About a week later, my phone goes off during work. It's a booking confirmation. Naomi has planned an entire weekend, cabin 2 hours out, a hiking thing, Friday to Sunday. Then she texts, I put it on your calendar. You had nothing, don't lie. Another message arrives. Also, I booked Labor Day. Different thing, later. I stare at the screen. You booked something in September? I book things. And that's the part that gets me, not the cabin. She's putting me in months I haven't gotten to yet. I sit at my desk and type something before I can talk myself out of it. I'm falling for you. Pretty hard. Thought you should know. Sent. Immediate regret. Standard. My phone rings 4 seconds later. Not a text, a call. Say it again. You heard me. I read it. I want it out loud. I'm falling for you. Naomi gets quiet. Me too, obviously. I've been at this 2 years, Gideon. I lapped you. Then she adds, I'm in a stairwell at work right now, by the way. Go back to your meeting. Absolutely not. So now it's said. Out loud, both directions. With September already booked. Following weekend, the group's at a bar. Jamal's birthday. Big table in the back. Everyone's there, Vera included. Naomi goes to get the next round. Bar's packed, so it's a long trip. I'm standing near our table holding coats like an idiot when a woman walks up to me. Stranger, friendly, confident. My friends bet me I wouldn't do this. Okay. You've been making that table laugh for an hour. That's mostly the birthday guy. It's not. Then she asks, can I get your number? And here's the thing. I don't say no fast. Not because I want to say yes, because for the first time in my whole life, somebody walked across a bar for me, and my brain takes 2 seconds to enjoy it. 2 seconds is a long time. Oh, She's already got a pen. She writes her number on a napkin and puts it near my hand. There, now it's your problem. Then I look up. Naomi is standing about 8 feet away, 2 beers in her hands, not moving. She saw the pen, she saw the napkin, she saw the 2 seconds. She doesn't storm over. She just stands there, jaw tight, waiting to see what I do. That's worse. Rosa clocks it from the table and goes completely silent, which for Rosa is a fire alarm. The woman leans in a little. So, are you going to use it? And Naomi is done waiting. She crosses the floor in about 4 steps, puts both beers down on the table hard enough that one foams over. Then she doesn't get in front of the woman. She gets in front of me, side against my chest, hand flat on my stomach, arm across me like a gate. Then, completely pleasant, Naomi says, Hi, I'm Naomi. I'm his girlfriend. Girlfriend, out loud, in a bar, at full volume, in front of the entire table, in front of Vera. We have never once used that word, not to each other, not to anyone. The woman looks horrified. Oh God, sorry, no ring, nothing. Naomi actually smiles. No, you're fine, you've got good taste. Then, with her hand still on me, she adds, he's just taken, extremely. The woman laughs, says sorry again, and takes the napkin back. She actually takes the napkin back. Classy. Gone in 10 seconds. And then Naomi turns around and kisses me. Not a peck. Both hands on my face. Middle of a bar, in front of every single person we know. Vera is 4 feet away with a drink in her hand. Rosa makes a noise like a kettle. Then Naomi pulls back, and her voice is suddenly not confident at all. Quietly, just to me, Naomi asks, was that okay? Because she just did the biggest thing she's ever done, and she did it without asking. And now she's scared. So I don't whisper the answer, I say it to the whole table. Yeah, she's my girlfriend. Then, because apparently I enjoy ruining my own cool moments, I add, that's accurate. I'm the boyfriend. Confirmed. Nolan immediately goes, he said confirmed. Jamal throws both hands up. It's my birthday and I got this. Rosa looks like she's going to explode. I have never been happier or more uncomfortable. And Vera. Vera looks at the two of us for a second, then she picks up one of the beers Naomi slammed down and takes a drink. Gross, congrats. She points toward the other end of the table. I'm going over there now. And she goes. Honestly, that's the most generous thing she could have done. Naomi is still holding onto my shirt. I said girlfriend. You did. I've never said that out loud before. I noticed. I'm not taking it back. Don't. Outside afterward, waiting for her ride, she finally lets the confident thing drop. I panicked. You did. You paused, just for a second. And I thought about you having options. She looks embarrassed now. I hated it so much I couldn't breathe right. I paused because a stranger walked across a bar for me and my ego got a treat. I know, you're allowed. She makes a face. I still hated it. Naomi, there's no option. I hold up my phone. I've got a woman who booked September. I did book September. Then there's nothing to panic about. She grabs my jacket with both hands. Say the word again. Girlfriend. Again. My girlfriend. She kisses me on the sidewalk and doesn't stop for a while. Then she takes my hand and takes me home. Her place, not mine. The shampoo is at my apartment. She informs me in the car that this is now a 2-shampoo situation. The week after the bar, we tell our families. Separate calls, same day. Because she scheduled it. Obviously she scheduled it. My mom takes about 9 seconds to do the math. Wait, Vera's friend Naomi? Yes. The one who ran the camping trip? That's her. How long has this been going on? It's complicated. Say the number. She's liked me for 2 years. We started after the breakup. Long pause. Huh. Then the only question she actually cares about. Is she nice to you? She's the nicest thing that's happened to me. Then I don't care about the math. Naomi's call with her dad goes worse and better. Her dad asks the same questions in a lawyer voice. Then he asks if I'm the parking sign guy. She'd told him about the parking sign joke 2 years ago. She calls me afterward, dying. My father remembered your bit. Your father knows my material? He has for 2 years, Gideon. So, that's the whole story now. Weird timeline. Real thing. Everybody important knows. 3 months later, movie night at Rose's, same couch, same people. Nobody sitting in gaps anymore. Naomi doesn't even wait for the movie to start. She puts her legs across my lap during the trailers. Then she's out cold by minute 20. Head on my shoulder, mouth open, absolutely gone. She climbed that morning, and she always crashes after. So, I'm stuck. Which means I'm texting one-handed. I text Naomi. Yes. The woman asleep on my shoulder. She'll wake up and check her phone before she checks the room. You fell asleep during the good part. Then I send another message. There was no good part. Then one more. Raccoon attached. I send her the raccoon. Same one she sent me the night everything started. Circle complete. Very stupid. Perfect. Vera is across the room in the armchair. She's got her own thing going now. Some guy from her gym. She's brought him twice. She looks over at us. Not in the tight jaw way from a couple months ago. Just looks. Then goes back to arguing with Nolan about the plot. That's it. That's the whole recovery. It got boring. Boring is the win. She and Naomi are not what they were. They text again, though. They got lunch last month. Naomi says it was 80% normal and 20% careful, which is better than she expected this soon. Then Rosa notices my situation. Is she asleep? Very. I called this on day 3. Nolan looks over. You did not. Rosa points at Naomi. Game night, she moved her chair. I said out loud, That's a woman with a plan. Jamal laughs. You said, huh? Weird? I said it meaningfully. Everybody laughs. Naomi doesn't wake up. She does smile, though, eyes shut. Into my shoulder, which means she's been half awake for who knows how long. She mumbles, Day 3 is right. Then, barely awake, Naomi adds, I moved the chair on purpose. Rosa throws both hands up. Thank you. Naomi is out again. I squeeze her hand. She squeezes back without opening her eyes. I kiss the top of her head. Somebody makes a gagging noise. Probably Vera. Fair. Naomi's stuff is at my place now. Most of it. The lease thing comes up in spring when hers ends, and we're both pretending it isn't decided. It's decided. My phone buzzes on my leg an hour later. Naomi, still asleep on me, has somehow woken up enough to text me back, from 4 inches away. The raccoon was a good move. Best thing I ever did. I look down at her. You texted me a garbage animal. Her phone buzzes in her hand. And I kept you. Yeah, she did.